What's your true life story that nobody will believe? Arius. My dad was married 2 times before my mom. When he was with his second wife, he would travel a lot for work, which I knew. What I didn't know is that one night he came home to find his wife in bed with another man. Actually walked in on them. He left the room and came back with a gun, shot the man dead, and wounded his wife. He turned himself in immediately and was sent to prison. He was sentenced to 10 years in a maximum security prison. In the last year he was in prison, which was the 4th year, he got out for good behavior, and since the judge ruled it a crime of passion, he met the prison minister. The prison minister was my mom. My dad is a murderer, my mom was the minister. I am the product of a conjugal visit. Lucky rabbit. I was sitting on the curb of a busy intersection with my girlfriend at the time when a car approaching the intersection hit a rabbit. The rabbit was in mid-stride, and it flew forward instead of getting squashed. The rabbit flew a few feet and landed in my lap. Both me and the rabbit survived. Comment 1. R.I.P. girlfriend. A perfect 10. In college I had a bunk bed with my desk under it. I was in bed reaching for my cell on the desk and lost my balance, fell off the bed, did a full flip and landed in a perfect sitting position in my chair unharmed. My roommate witnessed everything but nobody we believed us. Comment 1. I had the lofted college bed too, and in an attempt not to wake my sleeping roommates, I stepped on my desk, slipped on my desk calendar, landed on my butt and somersaulted backwards, so I managed to hit every vertebrae on the floor, ending with NY head hitting the chair. My roommates heard the noise and tried to act like I was a toddler who fell by yelling you're okay, so I wouldn't cry. It worked. I met a guy online. We emailed and messaged. This was before texting was a thing, and went out a few times. I liked him but wasn't sure about it. He called me pretty regularly again. This was pre-texting. One day, no calls. That night I called and left him a message. No return call. I called his work the next day and he hadn't shown up. I called the police, who did a well-person check at his house, but he wasn't there. I wasn't there. The next day the police called me back. They'd found his body. He'd been murdered by one of his neighbors and I had to testify at the trial. My life is akin to bad puns. Mentioned this before on this sub, but my life is akin to a bad pun at times. I was carrying my skis, slipped on some ice, and fell down. I asked a passing girl if she could lend me a hand with the skis while I got up. She giggled and walked away.